we established that Paul, being one of the most elaborate apostles who was intentionally seeking after God and who's written a lot of epistles, in Romans 1 and 2, he urges the Christians in Rome that they should present themselves as living sacrifice to who? You present yourself as a living sacrifice to God. It is so hard because it is painful, it is costly, but Paul is saying present yourself as a living sacrifice, and quickly remember that that is your reasonable sacrifice to God. Where you're alive, present yourself as a living sacrifice. The character that you exhume, how you relate with people, and this makes, or the Lord accepts such a sacrifice. This can only happen with encounters with God. We are encouraged to read verses 2 that is saying that do not conform. There are so many reasons for you to conform. There are so many false teachers that would want you to conform. There are so many avenues and false teachings that would want you to conform. There is so much of the devil and the Eve situations. Did God really say that siezi kachapa maji? Did God say that I cannot dress up like this? Did God say really siezi kaolewa? I mean, siezi ka have sex before marriage? And those are the things. Do not conform. How will they know that we are Christians? By our fruit. And how will they know that there is Jesus in us? The moment they see a transformed person, a person who is deliberately moved from a spectrum that they were in into another sphere that fears God. They are able to approach you from the level of you are not like us. How comes you hack it in life? So I want us to read chapter verses 3 of Romans 12. Paul says, through the grace that have been granted to me, then I urge you that every man who is among you not to think himself highly. That is where it is most painful. When you're interacting with people, words are a manifestation of who you are inside. Your words reflect, your actions reflect how much of esteeming you give yourself. And then he says, think soberly. That is my catch today. Are there times when you react or act before you have taken time to internalize a matter, and you produce answers that what James says, they are not right? Friends, let us be renewed in our mind. Let us think soberly. Remember verses 2 and 3 of Romans 12. They are working or talking about our thought process. For as a man thinketh, so is he. May the Lord help you. May the Lord help me, that even as I'm learning, I'm able to separate the good things and the bad things, because the word of the Lord, as we read the other day, is able to separate truth and lies. The more you engage with the word, the more you're able to pick out the lies, and that is where now we call you a designer of thoughts. Blessed time.